morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Kugene, and I want to welcome you to our product expose. As you know, I'm a business and a wellness coach with Longreach Bioscience. And as you know, Longreach is the platform. And this platform, as you know, is one of the best platforms ever. Because you see, on this platform, you get to enjoy awesome benefits. And as you know, Longreach Bioscience is all about research and development. Longreach is all about improvement. Longreach is all about excellent products that can give you a beautiful and a healthy lifestyle. Longreach has 10 research and development centers across, various continents of the world. We have research and development centers in the United States, in France, in Switzerland, in Italy, in China, and in Japan. And you can see their various locations on my screen. So Longreach is highly vested in research. And that is why we are able to, enjoy the benefits we enjoy from every product. And as you know, Longreach products are over 2,000, okay? So we're not just talking about a singular product now, we're talking about over 2,000 quality products, okay? And these quality products, I've actually categorized them in 7 categories. We have male healthcare, baby care, female care, energy healthcare products. We have personal care products, nutritional supplements, and nutritional drinks. Now, all these products give us multiple functional benefits. In other words, when you use a particular product, you enjoy multiple benefits. But today, we're going to be talking about one of those, one from the category of the nutritional supplement, which is called the Longreach berry oil. And as you can remember, we are in the month where we're talking about our hearts. Okay, how to take care of our hearts, the challenge of the heart and all that. So today we're going to be talking about how the Longreach berry oil can play a vital role in ensuring that our heart is healthy. Okay, so today is sea buckthorn berry oil and the heart. Now, moving on quickly, I just want us to go through some key facts about our sea buckthorn berry oil. Now, over 1,000 years, preparations made from sea buckthorn have been used medicinally in Mongolia, China, and Tibet, okay? And it is found in the thickets of mountain slopes, high altitudes, meadows, riverbanks, and seashores, okay? So this particular fantastic product has been in existence for over 1,000 years. Its benefit has been enhanced over 1,000 years. So we're not talking about something that's just been recently discovered. We're talking about a plant that has been discovered and has been in use for a long period of time. And it's widely distributed from China to India, to Russia, to Pakistan, and some parts of Europe. So we're not talking about just a plant you can find in one particular place. Now, in the system of medicine, okay, the fresh branches of the sea buckthorn plant, the fresh fruits, and the fatty oil obtained from the seeds are used medicinally. So it's not just about the fruit alone. The stem, the fruit, every part of it is used because of the nutrients that's contained within. Now, the pit of the stem is also used medicinally, as I said earlier on. Young branches and leaves were used in ancient Greece as horse feed, as in horses were fed with the branches and the leaves of the sea buckthorn plant. And there was notable change. In other words, the horse rearers they found out that every time they fed their horses with the sea buckthorn branches and leaves, they found out that their horses gained weight and the fur from their horses became shiny. It had this healthy shine that was different from that of other horses that were not fed with the branches and the leaves of the sea buckthorn plant. So the sea buckthorn oil, the extract from the seed, the fruits, are used as natural, care products, cosmetics, and they also use in products that, have ultraviolet light filter, okay? It helps to ensure that your skin is protected from the harsh, ultraviolet rays. Now, in sea buckthorn, we can say that if you want to get high quantity of vitamin A, vitamin C, fatty acid, carotene, vitamin E, you are sure to get it from the sea buckthorn plant, okay? And on my screen is a picture showcasing the sea buckthorn plant. You can see how gorgeous it looks with its berries, you know, everywhere. Lovely, lovely. And these berries can be, you know, mashed. The seeds can generate oil. You can see the bottle of oil here that you know, has been extracted. You know, the oils have been extracted from the berry seeds, and you can see that in the bottle. Now, moving on, these berries can also, you know, be utilized in capsule form. They can be dried and consumed in a dried form. They can be kept in soft gelatinous, you know, coverings, as you can see on my screen. And they can also be consumed in the oil form. Okay, they can be used on the skin in the oil form. So this product is vast, it's beautiful, it's awesome. Now let's quickly look at the components of the sea buckthorn berry oil. What are the special components contained? Now, sea buckthorn contains approximately 190 bioactive substances. Now, I'm not saying 1, I'm not saying 10, I'm not saying 15, I'm not saying 50, neither am I saying 100. What we're saying, sea buckthorn oil contains 190 bioactive substances. Now, these substances include saturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, 14 vitamins. We're looking at vitamin A, C, D, E, F, K, P, the B complex vitamins, including vitamin B1, B2, B6. We're talking about provitamin A, that is alpha and beta carotene, mixture of other carotenoids, up to about 180 milligrams, okay? We're talking about strong antioxidants, flavonoids, about 36 types of flavonoids are contained within the sea buckthorn berry oil, okay? Fruit acids are also contained. Mineral salts, including zinc, iron, calcium, selenium, copper are found. Then sugars are contained within this berry, ranging from galactose to fructose and xylose. Then we have approximately 18 amino acids, phospholipids, anthocyanins, steroids, and pectins. All these are components contained within the sea buckthorn berry oil. Now, from our day-to-day lifestyle, you will find out that if you are to purchase all these things on your own, they will cost you a lot, right? If you are to purchase all these nutrients I've just mentioned, all these components, they're very expensive, very, very expensive. But you can actually enjoy all these benefits when you come in contact with us, our long-reach berry oil, because everything is packaged in our long-reach berry oil. Now, a quick overview of the chemical profile. Just as I said earlier on, we have components. We have steroids, fatty acid, vitamin K, carotenoids, and all this. But you see, these components help in taking care of serious challenges like liver fibrosis, chronic hepatitis, skin burns, atopic dermatitis, and other skin diseases. It also helps to protect against cardiovascular diseases, okay? Coronary diseases, atherosclerosis, liver injury. So your organs, I call the berry oil the product that can take care of your organs. It's an organ healer. It's an organ protector. So if you want to protect your organs, you can be sure that you are doing so when you take the sea buckthorn berry oil. Now, before I go further on sea buckthorn berry oil, it's important that I bring our minds to certain components contained with it. And we're going to start from understanding what we call lipids. So what are lipids? Now, lipids are, a lipid refers to any group of fatty or waxy organic compounds readily soluble in non-polar solvents, but not in polar solvents. In other words, these fatty substances cannot dissolve in compounds like polar solvents like water, okay? But can be dissolved in non-polar solvents like benzene and, its brothers and sisters, okay? So it's usually made up of glycerol or fatty acid units with or without other molecules. Now, lipids are involved mainly in energy storage. They are they store energy. They are carriers of energy, okay? Structural, and they also carry out cell signaling, actions. Now, some examples of lipids are waxes, oils, sterols, cholesterol, fat-soluble vitamins, monoglycerides, diglycerides, triglycerides, which are also known as fats, and phospholipids. Okay, now lipids are biosynthesized by a process called what? Lipogenesis. Lipogenesis is the process of producing lipid or fats. Okay, it is to store biochemical energy for later metabolic use. In other words, when you consume food substances, okay, a biosynthetic process will take place called lipogenesis, where components from your food will produce lipids, fats, and the rest of them. And all these are stored in your body for metabolic use. Okay, now lipogenesis includes fatty acid synthesis and triglyceride synthesis. The cells that carry out lipogenesis are mostly adipocytes and liver cells. So this particular action of lipogenesis is carried out by liver cells and adipocytes, okay? Now, the liver cells, though, release triglycerides in the form of very low density lipoproteins into the bloodstream. So we have what we call very low density lipoproteins. I'll need you to keep that in mind as we move forward, because your understanding of this particular concept will also help you in understanding what happens in your body when there is a lot of fat or waxy organic compounds piled up in your body. Now, moving on, apart from biosynthesis, lipids may also be obtained from the diet. Furthermore, animals that consume carbohydrate in excess. Now, for those of you that love eating high carbohydrates, eat rice in the morning, rice in the afternoon, rice in the evening. You can eat rice for a week. Listen to this. Now, as you know, humans are higher animals, right? Good. So animals that consume carbohydrates in excess tend to convert the carbohydrates into what? Triglycerides. So your body has a way of converting it. You're saying, yes, I only eat carbohydrates, I don't eat fatty foods. When you eat carbohydrates in excess, there is a way your body can convert that excess carbohydrate into triglycerides, which is also known as fats. Now, what is fat? Okay, fat is a natural oily substance occurring in animal bodies, especially when deposited as a layer under the skin or around certain organs. Dietary fat refers to the fats and oils found naturally in animal and plant foods, and those used in cooking at the table and added to processed food. Now, dietary fat provides energy and helps with nutrient absorption for brain and nerve function. Now, I want you to hold this down, okay? Fats provide energy and helps with what? Nutrient absorption for brain and nerve function. Our bodies need a certain amount of fats to function, right? And we cannot make it from scratch. In other words, your body cannot manufacture certain fat on their own, okay? Some of them cannot manufacture these fats on their own, right? Okay, so when you eat these foods that have, these fats, your body is able to pick up, fats from it in order for it to provide the requirements of the body. Now, triglycerides, cholesterol, and other essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acids refer to fats that the body cannot make on its own, okay? Now, this threesome, as in the triglycerides, cholesterol, and essential fatty acids, they store energy, okay? They insulate us and protect our vital organs. In other words, the fat that is contained inside you that helps your body not to pass through friction when your body comes in contact with a strong surface, or when you are exposed to harsh weather conditions, this is what we're referring to here. Okay, so these three help to ensure that your body is properly insulated, your organs are properly, handled, and friction does not take place in your body that leads to injury. Now, they act as messengers, helping protein to do their jobs. So fats are like carriers, okay? that carriers of protein. You know, for example, so we need proteins in our body to carry out certain actions, right? What are the precursors that you ensure that these proteins get to their destination? That's fats for you, okay? They also start chemical reactions involving growth, immune functions, reproduction, and other aspects of basic metabolism. Fat helps the body stockpile certain nutrients as well, okay? Now, the fat-soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K are stored in the liver and in the fatty tissues. So fatty soluble vitamins like vitamin D need they need this fat to help them, stay within the body. So your vitamin D cannot just relax in your body like that. It needs support from fats. And that is why, in as much as fats, is seen as evil nowadays, it also has its own function. It has its own good function. And that's why when you're avoiding fat excessively, you have to do that, from a place of wisdom, so that your body does not lose, certain benefits as a result of you trying to cut down fat. Okay. Now, fat under the skin functions as a padding, I said that earlier on, to protect our muscles and bones from the impact of heat and falls. So if you don't have fat in your body, if you fall down, you actually get cracked up if you don't have fat within. So fats help to reduce the impact. It serves as a passageway for nerves and blood vessels between your skin and your muscles. It insulates your body, helping it to regulate temperature. So in order for us to, not to catch cold easily, you understand, we need fats in our system to insulate our body. Now, obesity. Okay, so what is obesity? Because every time we talk about fat, the first thing that comes to the minds of people is obesity. I don't want too much fat in my body. If I get too fat now, I'll start falling sick. I'll have a problem. Now, what is the problem surrounding fat? Obesity. Obesity is a medical condition in which excess body fat has accumulated to the extent that it may have an adverse effect on health, leading to reduced life expectancy or increased health problems. In other words, if you don't have proper control of your fats, if you allow, I will always tell us on this call that our body will only remain in a stable situation when everything we do about ourselves is in the moderate form. It's in a, balanced form. When everything is at equilibrium, we are at peace. But when there's a deficiency or an excess, problem comes. Now, when it has to do with fat, obesity sets in when the fat is excessive. So when you don't have proper control of the fat in your body, what happens? It leads to adverse effects of your health. It leads to reduced life expectancy. In other words, you cannot live your life to the capacity at which you want. Now, people are considered obese when their body mass index, which is called BMI, and BMI is a measurement obtained by dividing a person's weight in kilograms by the square of the person's height in meters. Now, if your BMI exceeds 30 kg, okay, sorry, when you've done your BMI, if it exceeds 30, then you are obese. But if it's within the range of 24, okay, downwards, you are within the safe zone. Preferably 24, 25, 26. Because the moment you start tilting towards 30, you are already at the red zone. Okay? So the moment it crosses 30, obesity, sets in. And it leads to, caution. Now, what are the problems associated? We just talked about obesity. So obesity is when you have excess, fat. So what are the problems associated with excess fat? Now, fat may produce inflammatory proteins and reduce levels of inflammation-fighting proteins, says a particular study. So a study has given us information that if your fat is excessive, proteins that handle inflammation or that prevents, inflammation, their population will reduce. And this can, if the moment they are reduced, it could lead to a situation called the metabolic syndrome. Now, metabolic syndrome increases the risk factor for heart disease and diabetes. Okay, it's okay. So sorry about that. We had it. Okay. Now, symptoms of metabolic syndrome includes excess body fat. Okay. Now, when you find out that you have excess body fat around your waist, and when excess body fat exists around your waist, okay, you find out that it's a very strong indicator. It's a very strong indicator that you already, on that part. Okay, sincere apologies. We're having a problem. I'm muting this person, but he keeps on muting himself. Okay. Okay, good. So moving on. Symptoms of metabolic syndrome includes excess body fat, particularly around the waist, high blood pressure. When a person has excess body fat around the waist, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, low levels of high density lipoproteins. Okay. Sorry, when a person has low levels of HDL cholesterol, increased level of blood sugar, these three, okay, the combination of at least three of these gives us what we call metabolic syndrome. Okay, and a small study offers a snapshot of belly fat and inflammation. And this snapshot told us that participants, 20 obese or overweight participants were studied, and these participants were postmenopausal women aged 50 to 70, okay? Now, most of their excess fat was in the waist and belly, okay? And what was discovered was this: higher belly fat accompanied lower levels of hormone leptin, which is thought to decrease appetite. Now, when your leptin level is low, your appetite will increase. Okay, because normally an increased, hormone leptin will not allow you, have strong appetite. Okay, but when the quantity of hormone leptin is very low, you find out that your appetite is very high. You can't withstand hunger anymore. And you find out that you just want to keep going at it. You just want to keep eating. And before you know it, you keep getting bigger and bigger. Now, the women also had lower level of adiponectin, okay, which fights inflammation. So if you have low level of adiponectin, you cannot fight inflammation. You find out that more inflammation will take place in the body that cannot be combated, and it will lead to this metabolic syndrome. Okay, so high levels of inflammatory proteins were linked to increased level of blood sugar, a sign of what? Insulin resistance. So you can see that when a person is in that starts this journey of obesity, you find out that increased blood sugar level is not far away from that person. Inflammation is not far away from that person. High blood pressure is not far away from that person. High cholesterol in the body is not far away from that person. And don't forget that all these things can also lead to serious damages to the cardiovascular system of the person and other aspects of the person. Now, consuming high amounts of 4 major saturated fatty acids found in red meats, dairy fats, butter, lard, palm oil may increase the risk of coronary heart disease, according to a new study led by researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health. So excessive, when you consume high amounts, okay, of red meat, dairy fats, butter, palm oil, all these things promote, heart, the risk, a high risk and increased risk of coronary heart disease, okay? But when you replace these animal fats, okay, with plants or healthier kind of fats, like fats from whole grains, plant proteins, they can actually help you reduce, you know, your coronary heart disease risk. Okay, so moving on, we also found out that you can, as in with the reduction of saturated fat intake, 10%, you know, reduction of this by eating an overall healthy diet that includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, vegetable cooking oils rich in polyunsaturated fats, nuts, legumes, fish, and low-fat dairy can actually help to, you know, reduce your risk factors by at least 10% when you're able to, you know, imbibe that kind of healthy lifestyle. Now, fatty deposits called plaque begin to accumulate at the site of damage. In other words, when your fat level becomes excessive, plaque will begin to accumulate. And this type of thing can actually start in childhood. So parents that don't watch the consumption of the fatty stuff their children accumulate at a young age, this can actually lead those children to become obese, and they could start having a buildup of plaque at any part of you know, any part of their body, especially their arteries. So as the plaque builds up, it can harden and break open. Now, hardened plaque restricts blood flow, and it can lead to what? Angina, which is chest pain or discomfort. Now, ruptured plaque gives rise to blood clots that further narrow the arteries. We talked about this last week, and worsen angina. If a blood clot is big enough, it can completely or nearly completely block a coronary artery, causing what? A heart attack. Last week, we talked about heart attack and how plaques can prevent blood flow. And we said heart attack has to do with a plumbing problem, right? While cardiac arrest has to do with an electrical problem, for those of us that were on this call. So being overweight can lead to high blood pressure and its related complications. It can lead to blood vessel damage. It can lead to heart attack or heart failure. It can also lead to kidney failure. Now, we've talked about fats. Now we need to talk about what fatty acids are, so that we can now see the second side of the story. Now, a fatty acid is a subunit of fats, oil, and waxes. So we're talking about the general perspective of fat. We have a general perspective of fats, but there is a subunit called the fatty acids, okay? It is produced by the breakdown of fats, usually triglycerides or phospholipids, through a process called hydrolysis. Now, fatty acids are an important constituent of triglycerides, which are fats. Now, triglycerides are one of the biomolecules that store chemical energy that can fuel metabolic processes such as muscular contraction. They are also a vital structural component of biological membranes of cells and organelles. Fatty acids are classified into unsaturated fatty acids and saturated fatty acids. Now, unsaturated fatty acid is a form of fatty acid containing one or more double bonds and therefore can absorb additional hydrogen atoms. Now, I don't need you to, you know, bother your head about this, okay? But I just kept this here for those people that are enlightened in the field to just, you know, have a picture of what I'm talking about. Now, if there's at least one double carbon-carbon bond, that the fatty acid, then that fatty acid is classified as unsaturated, okay? Then the unsaturated fatty acid may further be grouped into monounsaturated fatty acid and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, the unsaturated fats increase high density lipoproteins, while decreased, now I need you to pay attention here because this is where the main thing is. We talk about high density lipoproteins, right? Now, these HDLI or high density lipoproteins come as a result of unsaturated fats, okay? So when you consume unsaturated fats, it increases your high density lipoproteins while decreasing, the low density lipoproteins. So when you take unsaturated fats, these fats have a way of working in your body and taking away the low density lipoproteins or bad cholesterol. So unsaturated fats help to build good cholesterol, while the other type helps to build the low density lipoproteins, which is the bad cholesterol. Now, examples of unsaturated fats are monounsaturated fatty acid, polyunsaturated fats, omega fatty acids. Now, I know that it's becoming clear. The moment you hear omega fatty acids, your mind is like, okay, good, I know that one, right? Yeah. So in humans, the recommended consumption is not more than 30% of the total calories per day. Some of the dietary sources of unsaturated fats are fish oils, walnuts, flax, avocado, and olive oil. So if you want to increase your level of unsaturated fats or fatty acids, you can get that from consuming fish oil, walnuts, flax, avocado, and olive oil. Okay. As I said earlier on, the unsaturated fats increase high density lipoproteins while they decrease the low density. So the more high density lipoproteins you have, the lesser low density lipoproteins will be, the lesser the quantity of low density lipoproteins in your body. Now let's look at the other, the reverse side, which is saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids is a type of fatty acid that lacks unsaturated linkage between carbon atoms. Because of the lack of double bonds, this type of fatty acid can no longer absorb any more hydrogen. It is what? Saturated. So saturated fatty acids are commonly found in animal fats. Now, I mentioned it earlier when I talked about dairy products, meats, beef, and the rest of them. Now, in humans, the recommended consumption is not more than 10% of the total calories per day. Now, when we talked about the unsaturated fatty fats, we said at least 30% per day. While when it comes to the saturated one, because it's still required for your body, you need to at least take at least 10% total calories per day. Now, too much consumption of saturated fat is associated with what? Heart disease and atherosclerosis. Please keep that in mind. Excessive consumption of this, okay, can lead to heart disease. Now, the saturated fats increase low density lipoproteins, okay, and very low density lipoproteins. Now, we have two types. I'm talking about low density and very low density lipoproteins. So the more you consume saturated fats, the more you have low density lipoproteins and very low density lipoproteins in your body, which you see in your belly fats and, you know, the thickening of your waist. Some of the dietary sources of saturated fats are butter. So for those of you that love gulping in butter, please take note. You should minimize it, okay? Coconut oil, meat, peanut butter, that's peanut butter and cheese, okay? So these are the places you can actually get LDL and VLDL, okay? Now, let's just quickly touch glycerols, okay? Now, a glycerol is a type of lipid made up of a glycerol linked esterically to a fatty acid. One of the most common known glycerolipids is the triglyceride, okay? Now, the triglyceride is an energy-rich compound consisting of a glycerol and 3 fatty acids, okay? 3 fatty acids are connected to this glycerol. That's why it's called tri, which is 3 glycerol or glyceride, okay? Now, the triglyceride is a major component of animal and plant oils and fats. In plants, they are typically found in plant cell membranes where the fatty acid are mostly unsaturated. In animals, the fatty acid component is largely what? Saturated. And that's why we tell people to tend towards plant fats than animal fats, because this triglyceride, when it's interpreted in plants, it is found as unsaturated. But when it is in animals, it is what? Largely what? Saturated. You can see the mathematics behind it, right? Okay. Now, a glycerophospholipid or simply phospholipid is a type of lipid that is an essential component of many biological membranes, particularly the lipid bilayer of cells. It is also involved in metabolism and cell signaling, okay? We also have what we call the stereolipid or cholesterol. It's another type of lipid that serves as an essential component of biological membranes. Many of them act as hormones and signaling molecules. In other words, they help to ensure that certain precursors are set in motion for us to receive proteins that we need and some vitamins that we need in our body. Now, fatty acids in sea buckthorn berry oil. Now, I've told us what fats are. I've told us what fatty acids are. And right now, we need to now narrow it down to what is contained within our sea buckthorn berry oil, right? Now, our sea buckthorn berry oil has 4 types of fatty acids, okay? It has the omega-7 fatty acid, which is a monounsaturated fatty acid, which is very uncommon within the plant kingdom. Now, sea buckthorn is one of the few plants that presents this fatty acid. Specifically, it is only found in the soft part of the berry, which is a component of skin lipids, and it stimulates regenerative processes in the epidermis and also facilitates wound healing. Now, due to this, sea buckthorn berry oil activates physiological skin functions and reduces what? Scars. And that is why when people take our sea buckthorn berry oil, they say, oh, I had a particular scar. It cleared out after a period of time. That scar has been on my skin for years, but all of a sudden, I can't find that scar anymore. That's because of the physiological skin function that our sea buckthorn can, facilitate. I believe we're together. Please, if you're getting value, I would like to know in the chat. Please let me know. I know I'm saying a lot of things that are strange to us today. I understand. But please and please and please, I just want you to, follow me, because I know that this is going to be an eye-opener that will enable us live a more healthy life. Understanding what to do, because it's not just about people telling us, don't eat this, don't eat that. No, you need to know the reason why you shouldn't eat certain kinds of foods. You need to know the reason why fat is good for you and why it's not good for you. You need to know that when you're going to hit the gym to burn out calories from your body, you need to know if your body mass, your BMI is within the normal range or it's in the abnormal range, so that you don't destroy the balance. Don't forget that our body functions excellently well when there is a balance, a balance between the right and the wrong. It has to always be in the middle. There has to always be equilibrium for things to work out well. Now, moving on quickly, when sea buckthorn is used orally for the treatment of gastric, duodenal, and intestinal ulcer, it is and when it's applied topically, it soothes and reduces our skin burns. And that is why when a person has ulcer, when a person has gastric ulcer, any type of ulcer, when they take our sea buckthorn berry oil, you find out that after a period of time, they don't feel those burns anymore, those stomach hurts anymore, because it helps to reduce burns. It helps to heal. It helps to heal. Even when your skin experiences burns, when you take our berry oil, you find out that your skin gets its original nature back. You don't have that burnt and marred look on your skin. People that even suffer from bed sores or, skin burns and all that, when they take our sea buckthorn berry oil, because omega-7 is contained, that person will have swift healing of their skin because of omega-7. Now let's look at omega-9. Omega-9 is a monounsaturated fatty acid found in the seed and soft parts of the sea buckthorn. The advantage of this over the monounsaturated fatty acid is that it helps to produce resistance to oxidation. Now, oxidation has to do with the effect of free radicals in your body, aging, and oxidative stress. Now, when you take our sea buckthorn berry oil, you can actually overcome oxidative stress. Oxidative stress will not, will not overtake you. It will not overwhelm you because of this component that you have. Because you're taking this, you can't experience that. Okay, we also have omega-3 and omega-6. They are polyunsaturated fatty acids. These two are essential fatty acids that the human body cannot synthesize on its own. These fatty acids can be found in the sea buckthorn seed, it can be found in the berry, it can be found in the pop oil, okay? In the especially omega-6 is found in lower concentration, while omega-3 is found in higher concentration. Now, the presence of omega-6, which is a component of intracellular, cement, it helps in regeneration. Okay, it helps to take care of your sebaceous layer. It helps to promote regeneration. Okay, it ensures regeneration. Now, moving on, we now know the special, fatty acids that are contained. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, we now know about the fatty acids that are contained. Okay, now our heart. Now, when we're talking about our heart's health, what are the things we need to look out for? Okay, now the sea buckthorn oil is beneficial for heart health in different ways. Okay, now for starters, it has awesome quantity of antioxidants. Okay, the quantity of antioxidants contained is very high, and these antioxidants help to reduce the risk factors, okay, that ought to push you towards blood clots, blood pressure, and blood cholesterol levels. Okay, now in one small study, 12 healthy men were given 5 grams of sea buckthorn oil, while another set was given coconut oil per day. Now, after 4 weeks, the men in the sea buckthorn group had significantly lower markers of what? Blood clots. Can you see that? So because they took in sea buckthorn berry oil, they had lower risk factors. Okay, they had low risk factors. Now, another study that took 0.75 ml of sea buckthorn oil daily for 30 days helped it. These people found them that their blood pressure reduced, while the people that did not take did not experience reduced blood pressure. Okay, so levels of triglycerides as well as the total bad, cholesterol thing dropped in those people. So if you have high cholesterol, you can be sure that when you take the sea buckthorn berry oil, your cholesterol level will reduce, because the sea buckthorn berry oil has high quantity of good cholesterol that has the ability of clearing out bad cholesterol. Now, a recent review also determined that sea buckthorn extracts may reduce cholesterol level in people with poor heart health. So a person with poor heart health taking berry oil can actually enjoy good health by the reduction of the cholesterol level of that person. Now, sea buckthorn oil may aid your heart by reducing blood pressure, improving blood cholesterol levels, and also protect your heart and your arteries from blood clots. Okay, so this is super. Okay, so in a nutshell, the 6 benefits of sea buckthorn berry oil includes you enjoying omega-3, 6, 7, and 9. And don't forget, you cannot get any other. Sea buckthorn is the major source of these 4 omega fatty acids. You can only find this collection when it comes to the sea buckthorn plant. Okay, now, as I said earlier, they neutralize free radicals because of their high level of antioxidants. They nourish your skin from inside out, because you see, you have omega-7, you have omega-6, you have omega-9 contained within. It's extremely high in vitamin C. Oh yes, it's high in vitamin C. It improves mental clarity and it supports healthy digestion. Now let's bring it back to what Longreach has told us. I had to take us through this journey so that we can understand that when Longreach tells you that our product can carry out these things, you need to believe them, because it's true. I've given you the research view of what you can enjoy when you use the Longreach berry oil. So I'm bringing it home now to what Longreach has said. So if you compare everything we've discussed today, you find out that everything that's listed here is true. It's true because of the things that are contained. We're talking about 190 something bioactive components in one plant. Imagine you having 190 bioactive components. That means you're talking about something rich. And when it comes to us, we're talking about the fruits, we're talking about the stem, we're talking about the leaves. And don't forget that Longreach is highly based into research and development. So they have everything it takes to give you quality at its high. And that is why the berry oil can carry out more than 10 functions in your body. And that's why you can say that it can take care of your heart, it can take care of your liver, it can take care of your stomach, it can take care of your kidney, it can take care of all those aspects of your body. Okay? It can do that for you. So you can see it protects your heart, your kidney, your liver from damage. It prevents blood platelets from clumping, and it reduces bad cholesterol. You can see it here. They didn't lie. Okay? It's anti-aging. We talked about antioxidants. Antioxidants that contained prevent aging. They fight the free radicals from affecting your skin. So you find out that your skin, your hair is glowing. Don't forget, I told you about the research about the horses that were fed the leaves and the stem of the sea buckthorn plant, and they began to glow. So if horses can glow, then talk about human beings. Can you see the proof? It's here, right in front of you. It helps your body. It helps to protect your body against toxins, such as air pollutants, eye disorders, such as cataract. Yes, it has vitamin A within. It has vitamin C, vitamin E. It has all those vitamins contained. So why won't it take care of your eyes? Can you see it? Takes care of neurological disease, such as Alzheimer's and diabetes. When you take this, your brain will not lack the nutrients it requires for it to develop properly. So imagine a pregnant woman taking berry oil. Man, she's going to give birth to a genius, man. I'm telling you the truth. I know someone's like, Dorcas. Yeah. Should I tell you why? When she takes berry oil, she has vitamin E, she has vitamin D, she has all the vitamins that can enable the baby's formation to, take place easily. And guess what? When she gives birth, she's on berry oil. As she's breastfeeding, she has all it takes, to ensure that she's giving her baby top-notch quality. So when a long-rich mother is breastfeeding, she's giving top-notch quality. When you compare her breast milk to the breast milk of another woman that's not taking sea buckthorn berry oil, trust me, the difference is clear. So imagine you filling your body system with these nutrients. When you reproduce, your DNA cannot be corrupted now. Cancer cannot find its way here because you see, it's loaded. Your next generation is covered. Now I'm speaking Rema, right? If you're feeling it, please let me know, right? No, please, I need you to analyze it with me so that if I'm talking out of turn, if I'm trying to whine, I'm not whining, I'm not catching cruise here. You saw the research. You saw it before I came here. If I started here, you might say, okay, I'm trying to prove. Nah, I said from the research point before I came back to this place so that you can have a picture of what we're talking about. We're not talking about something small, we're talking about something huge. And that is why when people that have sickle cell anemia, when they take this, people that have cancer of the blood or risk factors that tend towards cancer of the blood, when they take berry oil, you find out that they begin to exhibit good health after some time because of the minerals and nutrients contained here. Your cell cannot remain sickled, or it cannot get to that sickle form because you are giving it back-to-back nutrition. You are giving it back-to-back. There is no space for clumping. Your arteries are freed up because high density HDL is cleaning out LDL and VMLDL. Can you see the math, right? So it contains all these things, has a whole lot of rich micronutrients. What more can I say? My people, what more can I say? Then go get your berry oil now. So you can see on my screen, berry oil has value. Okay, so if you are the first time on this call, I'm saying switch your brand. All I'm just saying now is switch your brand. Give yourself value. If you have people around you that are struggling with illnesses, that has to do with their organs, that has to do with their bodies and all that, ensure you get this product to them. And this is a product that does not give you side effects. Okay, it does not give you side effects. Other singular berry oils can give side effects when you take them for long. Do you know why? Because either they're giving you only omega-3 or they're giving you only omega-6 or omega-3 and 6. But when you're taking this product already has the measurements of the right quantity of omega-6 in the small quantity, omega-3 in a higher quantity, omega-7 in a stable quantity, and omega-9 in the right quantity. So when you're taking them, everything is working together to ensure that your body is at its maximum function. I'm not joking now. Go do your research. When you take only omega-3, when you say excessive stuff like this, blah, 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 will cause this, go do your research. But when the four are together in their right proportion, arranged by Longbridge Bioscience, you can count on it. Because you see, people like us in the field, we've seen the testimonies. We've seen, if you're on this call and you've enjoyed the benefit of berry oil, please, I want you to drop it in the comments. Just a quick summary so that first callers on this call can actually hear and know that what I'm saying is not just because I'm trying to, be smart or I'm trying to sell. No, we're talking from a place of knowledge here. Okay, so we're saying what Longbridge has told us is yes, but we have done our research and we can hit our chest and say yes, this is what berry oil is doing. A sea buckthorn berry oil, not just any type of berry oil. We're not saying googie berries or other type of berry, we're saying sea buckthorn berry oil. Now, every product you get from Longbridge comes with value. In other words, it gives you points that can be translated to money. Okay, and you can see a variety of products on my screen. So for every product, you accumulate points. Okay, and sea buckthorn berry oil gives you 33 points or 33 PVs. Okay, product value 33 PVs, and the price is 22,500. That's for registered members. Okay, if you're not registered, you can't buy it at this price. You're going to be buying it around 25K or thereabout. So it's not your, don't go back and fight the person that's been selling to you. Okay, it is for registered members. So if you want to get it at this discounted price, go get registered. Okay, get back to the person that invited you, tell the person, hey, I want to get registered so that I can buy products at a discounted price. Okay, now every time you accumulate products, you get cumulative PVs that enable you enjoy certain benefits. But before you get to that point, you have to get registered. Okay, you need to get registered. And one way you can get registered is for you to pick an entry level. Okay, you pick an entry level. We have from the bottom to the top, we have the starter combo level, which has a PV requirement of 4 PVs, and you get a default, set of products. You don't select those products; they come in the default, the point, and it's at an estimated value of 14,000 naira. Then the next level is the Q Silver level. Okay, with an accumulated PV of 60 PV, estimated at 45,000 naira. Then silver, that gives you 120 PV at an estimated price of 90,000. So you pick your products in these other categories, okay? And an estimated amount is at least 90,000. Now, for you to come in as a gold member, you're required to accumulate 240 PVs at an estimated price of 180,000 naira, while the platinum level is 720 PVs at an estimated amount of 500,000. Then our platinum VIP, which is required for you to get 1,680 PVs at an estimated amount of 1.2 million, please. Okay, so if you're a big boy in the house, this is for you. Okay, you come in as a shareholder and you enjoy 1% global sales from the company, right? And you enjoy weekly bonuses, okay, at different, percentage. You can enjoy performance bonus at different levels. Here you can see that at the Q Silver level, you enjoy 8% performance bonus. At the silver level, the same thing. At gold level, you enjoy 10%. And at platinum and platinum VIP levels, you enjoy 12%. But at platinum level, you enjoy 1% global sales as a result of your team effort when it comes to building, okay, and networking, okay? So what is required after you come into the business is for you to get 3 people to do the same thing you did, to purchase products that helps them accumulate PVs, okay, that can enable them become members. Okay, when you work with these 3 people and these 3 people bring their 3 people, and before you know it, you have a business of your own. Okay, now there's no time frame when it comes to our business. Okay, you work at your pace, you work at your leadership capacity. Okay, you ensure that you enjoy weekly bonuses due to your performance. There's no mandatory monthly purchase The only monthly purchase you can do is your repeat order or your retail orders, which is not also mandatory because there's a bonus attached to it. So when you do so, you enjoy more benefits. Okay, then your PVs can be accumulated to 60 million. Nobody's touching it. Nobody's touching it. Okay, you can always rely on your efforts, and you can also trust Longreach to keep their part of the bargain. So you can earn monies in 10 ways when it comes to Longreach Bioscience. You enjoy monies from retail profits to fast start bonuses, performance bonus, development, leadership bonus, repeat order bonus, travel bonus, car bonus, house bonus, and educational scholarships. All these things, you can actually actualize your dreams by enjoying all these benefits. But everything is dependent on you and the choice you make in ensuring you build your business. Now, leadership is easily attained when it comes to our business. When you come in as a silver, gold, platinum, or platinum VIP member, you grow through the ranks. You enter into the diamond levels where you grow into the gold that every Longreacher desires, which is the star director. And the star represents what? 5, right? So 5-star director position is the final destination of every Longreacher, and it's a dream worth achieving. So at this particular point, I would like to remind everyone on the importance of switching your brand. You need to switch your brand. Trust me, you can't find these products anywhere else. Okay, what products can take care of your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your stomach? When you take berry oil, you can hit your chest and say, I can never have stomach ulcer. You tell yourself, I can never have high blood pressure. I can never, because I take berry oil, I can never have heart disease. I can never have liver problems. I can never have kidney problems. You can tell yourself that, I met someone, I consulted with someone, and she had kidney problems, liver problems, the two together. But thank God it was at the early stage where we could handle the situation. So guess what? She started taking the supplements in January. And as at March, I got testimonies from her that her liver issues and her kidney issues. Now, when I do this, what does that tell you? She's okay. No challenges anymore. Berry oil, people. Then imagine when you combine it with taking water from the pie cup. Trust me, on the daily detox, you can't have anything creep on you, all of a sudden. Those hot hospital trips are cut off. So switch your brand to the Longreach Organic brand. Empower yourself with knowledge and gain control over your health. Be a product user. Share your testimonies with others, because a lot of people are suffering in silence. A lot of people don't know what to do, and they're not willing to speak up. So help them by speaking up and sharing your testimonies. Okay, don't keep quiet. NPVs, because when you talk, people will buy products, and when they buy products, you earn PVs, and when you earn PVs, you earn money in the bank, right? So as you know, Longreach gives you a better life and a better future. So as I would always say when I end my trainings, good health is the most important thing. I need you to think this. I need you to sleep this. In whatever you do, ensure that your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health is all in one, and you're seeing good health as the most important thing. Nothing is worth you mortgaging your health for. It's more important than success, more than money, more than power. This is for me from here, and I say thank you very much. Thank you for giving me your time. I know it's not easy, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. So at this particular point, I want to thank everyone that made it a date with